There are increasing reports of sudden and unexpected passings among young people in mainland China. On April 6th, a 35-year-old doctor from the Second People's Hospital of Xi'an City, Zhejiang Province, unexpectedly passed away while resting between two surgeries. Many doctors on the mainland have noted on social media that cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases are affecting younger age groups, and sudden medical emergencies among the youth are becoming more frequent. A 35-year-old doctor in Zhejiang passed away while resting between operations. Jimu News reported that on April 7th, the Second People's Hospital of Xi'an City issued an obituary. Chen Jie, the chief physician of the hospital's orthopedics department, passed away at 2:30 a.m. on April 6th at the age of 35, due to sudden respiratory and cardiac failure during work. Despite the hospital's full rescue efforts, he unfortunately could not be revived. A staff member at the hospital revealed that on the day of the incident, Chen Jie had just completed a surgery and was taking a break. As he was preparing for the next operation, he suddenly suffered respiratory and cardiac arrest and sadly could not be saved. The 33-year-old daughter of former Hong Kong chief executive Leung Chun-ying passed away suddenly. On the evening of March 8th, Leung Xi'an, the 33-year-old daughter of former Hong Kong chief executive Leung Chun-ying, passed away unexpectedly. Leung Chun-ying later confirmed the incident, stating that his daughter passed away very suddenly. According to Hong Kong 01, at 10:40 p.m. on March 8th, police received a report from an employee at a service department on No. 1 Aid Street, Shao Kei Wan, saying that a female resident had been found unconscious on the floor. When paramedics arrived, they found the woman lying on the bed and pronounced her dead at the scene. The deceased was identified as Leung Xi'an, the second daughter of Leung Chun-ying, who currently serves as vice chairman of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. At around 1 a.m. on March 9th, Leung Chun-ying, accompanied by plainclothes police officers, arrived at the apartment. Her sister, Leung Chung-yan, also arrived in the early hours and left shortly afterward. At around 5 a.m., at around the same time, Leung Chun-ying confirmed the passing of his daughter in a post on Facebook. Previously, on October 1, 2014, Leung Xi'an posted a photo of a thick necklace on Facebook, remarking that her beautiful clothes, shoes, and jewelry were all purchased with the money of Hong Kong taxpayers. Leung Chun-ying, who was backed by Zheng Qinghong, the second-in-command of the Jiang Zemin faction of the Chinese Communist Party, was accused of using gangs to destabilize Hong Kong during his tenure as chief executive. He was said to have intensified social tensions, including collaborating with Zhang Dezhong, chairman of the National People's Congress and a key Jiang faction figure, to exploit political reform issues in 2014 to stir unrest. He was also accused of attempting to create a violent crackdown, fueling the Hong Kong independence narrative and condoning the Hong Kong Youth Care Association's harassment of Falun Gong practitioners. Doctors in Jiangsu, cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases are affecting younger people. Zhang Yaojun, chief physician at the Department of Cardiology at Suzhou Tumor Hospital, Suzhou Third Hospital, said in his Douyin video on March 24th, "I didn't expect cardiovascular disease to be affecting people in their 20s. He mentioned treating a 26-year-old unmarried patient the previous week. Although the patient survived, a stent had to be inserted. His elderly mother tearfully begged the doctors to save her son, which was heartbreaking." In the comments under the video, many netizens shared their own experiences. "I was 29 and had a stent placed. I nearly didn't make it. I was 27, and a myocardial bridge caused ischemia, which led to palpitations and chest tightness. Last year at 26, I had a myocardial infarction. During a checkup this year, a 75% narrowing was found in my anterior descending artery. I was born in 1994, had myocarditis at 21, and a subarachnoid hemorrhage at 24. Increasing reports of unexpected losses among those born in the 1980s and 1990s in Changsha, Hunan. On March 21st, a Douyin blogger named Changsha Son-in-Law Picks Up a Good House said in a video that a friend working in the funeral industry shared a worrying trend. In 2024, farewell ceremonies for people born in the 1980s and 1990s, handled by his friend, had doubled compared to the previous 3 years. The youngest case was just 28 years old, and most were between 35 and 40. Sudden cardiac-related incidents accounted for 67%, and late-stage cancer made up 21%. A doctor blogger known as Zhang On the Walker captioned one of his videos, "There are now more and more sudden losses, and the victims are getting younger. In most cases, efforts to save them are unsuccessful." Since March, sudden deaths among police officers, professionals, and internet influencers in mainland China have drawn public attention. On April 6th, the husband of Yang Qina, a 38-year-old internet personality in Fujian, announced she had passed away from sudden hypoglycemia. Yang was featured by CCTV and Xinhua and appeared on shows like Chinese Love. Ding Rui, 41, director of Harbin's Justice Bureau, died of a sudden heart attack on April 1st. Liu Xi'an, 32, an e-commerce researcher, passed away from cardiac arrest on a bus in Shenzhen. Li Jinyong, 51, a Zhengzhou party official, and Qiwen Liang, a Xinjiang police director, also died suddenly. Other cases include journalist Li Hui, 56, influencer Jie Weqian, 25, scientist Liu Yongfeng, 48, lawyer Xu Songxian, 46, and project manager Chen Ruikui, 45, etc. Netizens are sharing similar stories: sudden collapses, young people dying after minor symptoms, and questions about rising heart attacks and strokes in the young. Some blame COVID, citing widespread infections and long lines at crematoriums. Authorities insist 99% of recent cases are flu-related, but public skepticism is growing.
This time I came to Shanghai, I suddenly found that Shanghai seems very depressed. There are not many people in the shopping malls, and many factories have closed down. Look at this airport. It is also deserted, with very few people. The netizen lamented that there is really no comparison between Shanghai now and the metropolis of previous years. He checked and found that Shanghai has experienced a net outflow of people in recent years. A man visited a newly opened shopping mall in Shanghai and found that there was very little foot traffic inside. The man said, "This is a common phenomenon in shopping malls in China nowadays. They are empty. Look, this is the first floor. Look, this is the first floor below the mall. This is a common situation in shopping malls." The woman said, "Let's go to Guojin and take a look at Shanghai. I heard people say that the economy is very depressed now, and we'll see if there are more people there. There are no people here at all. What's wrong with the city's economy now? No one is consuming anymore." In addition to shopping malls, store closures in Shanghai are also severe. A female restaurant owner expressed her dilemma. "Do you know how difficult it is to transfer stores now? The transfer notice has been posted for a month. From the initial 100,000 yuan, it dropped to 80,000, 60,000, 50,000, and still, no one accepted even 30,000 yuan. Now I've told the landlord that when the rent expires in February, I won't rent it anymore and will let him rent it directly. Today, I found a chef who buys second-hand kitchenware to come and take a look. Such a big display cabinet, such a big air conditioner, and such a big freezer. Pack them all together, and he offers me 1,500 yuan. Oops, I'm speechless now. These subway stations in Shanghai, which were once crowded, are now described as deserted, which is no exaggeration at all. In the past, we couldn't even transfer a shop like this for 300,000 yuan. The woman said that there are basically no people in places like commercial streets around subway stations, and they can't even sell snacks. This is Shanghai, a first-tier city. She said that it is really difficult to do business in physical stores in Shanghai this year. Moreover, the group of post-80s working people around her, who are about the same age as her, are also among those laid off by their companies. How difficult will it be for Shanghai this year? There are nearly 5 million foreigners here. Shanghai used to have 2.6 million permanent residents, but now the number is almost only 2,000. Shujiahui was once a high-profile area and a commercial center in Zuhui District, Shanghai. The current scene is in stark contrast to the past. The woman said that the rent in this place used to be at least several million yuan, but now it is even more expensive, and it is estimated that no one will come to open a store. Most of the stores that can open here are big brands, and they are probably struggling. Now, even supermarkets in Shanghai have very few customers. China's economy has almost completely deteriorated, and this number is shocking. From January to July 2024, among the 31 provincial administrative regions in China, except for Shanghai with a surplus of 70.3 billion yuan, the local finances of other provinces are in deficit, and the number of provinces with a fiscal deficit of more than 100 billion yuan is as high as 23. Even the fiscal deficit of Beijing, the political center of the Communist Party of China, is as high as negative 92.25 billion yuan. On December 7, 2024, the Shanghai Statistics Bureau reported that Shanghai's social consumer goods retail sales in November totaled 144.295 billion yuan, marking a year-on-year decline of approximately 13.5%. Reacting to this, some netizens commented, "A 13.5% drop. If this weren't China, I would have thought it was caused by a war." Another said, "Despite promoting economic brilliance, the economy has collapsed. Industries are withering, and people are drowning in debt, struggling to make ends meet." Others added, "Shanghai's tobacco and alcohol taxes are excessively high, but they don't represent sustainable consumption trends. Foreign-related, securities-related, and real estate-related social consumption all look bleak." Shanghai's economic downturn has a lot to do with the withdrawal of foreign capital. A Shanghai blogger said that many Shanghai bloggers who have worked in foreign companies often post videos and mention, "After the foreign companies left, other Chinese companies lost their integrity and morality. When they were in foreign companies before, they were treated well, and it was easy to take leave." The blogger said that foreign companies had good benefits. After foreign companies left, Shanghai's economy also deteriorated. Local companies did not learn from foreign companies, and their income also decreased. Previously, as an international metropolis, Shanghai often saw foreigners. Now, not many foreigners. There were foreigners everywhere before, but there are fewer foreigners now. Only a small number of foreigners in the city, but there are no foreigners in the suburbs. This video shows that the foreign streets in Shanghai are deserted. Shanghai's Laowai Street used to be brightly lit and crowded with people, but now all the foreigners have left, and there's not a single foreigner to be seen. Today is the weekend, and there is no one on Laowai Street on weekend nights. The employment situation in Shanghai is dire. This is the feeling of a blogger after spending 2 days in Shanghai. Let me tell you how difficult the employment situation is this year. Even if someone works at the Oriental Pearl behind me, they only earn 5,000 yuan. It is becoming increasingly difficult to find a job now. Everyone is scrambling for jobs that pay 4,000 to 5,000 yuan a month. Now, college students in Shanghai can't find jobs. The blogger said that he heard from someone that a company wanted to hire a conference room attendant for about 4,000 to 5,000 yuan a month. Unexpectedly, they received more than 500 resumes, many of which were from undergraduates, and even 2 were from master's degree holders. Now even master's degree holders in Shanghai can't find jobs. This is a scene of an unemployed Shanghai college student crying on the subway. A freshly graduated college student talked about their difficult experience finding a job. The woman said, "I want to know if I can still find a job in Shanghai this year. Boss Xi'an has been useless. Either they read the message but didn't reply, or they received the resume but didn't respond." The man said, "Why do I feel that the economy in Shanghai is worse than in second and third tier cities? In the past 2 years, almost everyone working around me has been laid off. Some haven't found a job for almost 2 years. Some have simply returned home." The woman said, "Where can I find a job with a normal salary in Shanghai? I have interviewed with countless companies these past 2 days, including positions as a director, operations, and sales AE. After the interviews, all of them offered 6,000 yuan before tax. My God, after deducting taxes, there is only a little over 4,000 yuan left. Can you really live in Shanghai on that? I used to think everyone in Shanghai earned at least 10,000 yuan a month, but now they tell me 6,000 yuan. My God, this is too scary, too scary. College students who can't find jobs go to deliver food, but the experience of food delivery workers often makes people cry. Many people have already left Shanghai. The man said he was standing outside the train station and noticed that most of the people leaving were young individuals born in the 1980s and 1990s. As for the reason they left Shanghai, someone provided an explanation. Not only has foreign capital withdrawn in large numbers, but even Shanghai's local factories have shut down, causing a significant number of people to lose their jobs. The owner of a Shanghai factory expressed his frustration. "Man, given the current situation, in 2 days, all of my processing factories, about 10 in total, will stop working, and there will be no work to do. At present, there are 217,000 pieces already in the warehouse, excluding the processing factories. I don't know if other businesses are doing well, but if this continues, all of my dozen or so factories will cease operations. There will be no work at all." A blogger explained why many outsiders left Shanghai and revealed a shocking fact. 2 to 3 million people have left the city. I was chatting with a few friends in Shanghai today. They estimated that 2 to 3 million people have left Shanghai over the past 2 or 3 years. Why did these friends leave? They said it was because there was no work, so they had to return to their hometowns. Now, even wealthy people in Shanghai have begun evacuating. Woman. Is Shanghai going to change? Many foreign companies have left, and the wealthy in Shanghai are selling their houses to cash out and fleeing the city. I've been in Shanghai for so many years, and this is the first time I've seen such a situation. She observed that this year, many houses have been mortgaged for loans. Is there some major development happening? Additionally, the real estate market has been continuously lowering interest rates recently. Did they know some insider information in advance? Are they preparing to leave Shanghai? This blogger noticed the same trend. Shanghai landlords are truly panicking and have started fleeing. Many people, especially those from other regions, are selling their houses in Shanghai and buying property elsewhere. This has become the choice for many. Some Shanghai residents waited until their children completed the college entrance exams before selling their houses and leaving. Others with younger children decided it wasn't worth staying, quickly sold their houses, and ran away. Shanghai locals also discussed the employment situation with netizens from other provinces. This once famous bakery, established 30 years ago, has now closed down as Shanghai's economy continues to decline. Even the economy of Shanghai, China's first-tier international metropolis, has deteriorated to such an extent, highlighting how weak China's economy has become.